All right, so what's going on, everybody? So I want to give you guys this encouraging video. I'm out here just on a walk, and last year in Korea, when I met a couple of people I mentioned, I got some eyeglasses, so some glasses, and I also got a pair of sunglasses that basically are prescription, and they change color. It's crazy because it's clear, and then when you go out into the sun, it knows that you're out in the sun and it changes color. And so I'm going to put these on right now. They're prescription, right? But you can see that my eyes, when I look through, the glasses here, I can see it in a certain way, right? So the light, the colors are or at least the UV rays and stuff like that, they're covered. So it's not that sunny out here, but you can see by example what this looks like, right? And so in life, we do the same thing. A lot of us don't even realize it, but in life, we have all these different types of glasses on our face. We have, a lens that we view things from, right? And so a lot of us, we don't even realize it, but we have all of these different glasses on, and we're seeing a perspective or some situation in life, maybe a problem, a person, and we judge them. We have preconceived notions, and we look at them from a certain bias, right? And whether it's positive, whether it's negative, some of it's natural, some of it is because that's all we know. And I want to give you guys this word because a lot of us, what we don't realize is that sometimes we look at something, a situation, and it's in the wrong lens, right? In the Bible, a lot of people in Acts chapter 2, they were looking at the Pentecost, they're looking at all the things that are happening, the good things that are happening, and some of them said, they were mocking the people, and they're saying, oh, they're drunk on new wine. Oh, they're drunk on new wine. And those guys, what they knew when they saw something crazy, when they saw somebody speaking in tongues or rather speaking kind of in a crazy sort of way, all they knew was that they were drunk because they saw that kind of action previously, right? And that's how they can explain it. A lot of us, when we look at some life circumstance, all we can do in terms of explaining it is say it in a way where it's like, oh, well, those guys they're just hurt, right? All those guys are just crazy in the head. Or, oh, no, I've seen that kind of, person before. It was this. And so you're taking some situation that you've seen or experienced in the past, and you're framing something in the present in a way where you think that's what the reason is. Oh, I've encountered those kinds of people before. Oh, I've heard about those kinds of people before. So it must be this kind of person, right? And a lot of times, what we don't realize is that is either incorrect or that's not a complete view of what's really going on. And because people want to so quickly process information, they want to so quickly go through, a circumstance and then bucket that into other groups. So that's stereotyping, right? You put them in groups and buckets, and you're saying, okay, this is what it is. This is what it looks like, right? And I'm here to tell you that a lot of us, though we could do that in a correct way, you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful that you're not putting on these glasses where it's a negative view, a positive view. It's a perspective that's from your experience, from your hurt, from your pain, from your sort of angle, when it's really not, right? And so a lot of us, what we do is we do that. And all these glasses, right? If you go to the eye doctor and they, do the prescription thing, what they do is they put little, if you ever see it, there's just like a ton of different like little lenses. They'll flip one and then put another one down, flip one, put another one down, and then they'll have one where there's astigmatism and they'll put it down. And so there's all these hundreds of little little lenses, right? Until they find the right thing. A lot of us, we have these different sort of lenses for like, oh, you know what? I experienced pain, I experienced betrayal. And so you have a little bit of betrayal. And so you can't see somebody, you can't see, a situation in that light because you have a religious lens on, or you have a, maybe you were upset the other day and you're just angry, you're just bitter, right? And you have this bitter sort of little tint on. So everywhere we go, we have little bits of tints of something because we experienced it. That's what sort of affected us maybe on that day, in that week, or whatever it is. And we don't realize that we're not seeing them in love. We're not seeing them in grace. We're not seeing them with mercy. We're not seeing them in Christ-likeness. We're not seeing them in a way that's more complete, right? Or more even accurate. And I'm not saying that we're here to try to figure everything out and, understand someone's motives and understand everything that's going on about the person. It's impossible. Only God knows someone's heart and their motive. But we got to be careful, right? A lot of us, we got to be careful in terms of how it is that we process information, how it is that we look at somebody. Maybe take a step back, maybe look at it objectively, maybe say, you know what, is it me? Everybody else seems to be, you know, encouraged by this or blessed by this. Everybody else seems to be looking at it this way. And the people that are, even especially God, right? Only God knows that person, their motive, the way that they're saying, revealing, expressing something. And then that person, between them and God, the person who's saying it, right? Your friend, your mom, your, you know, church person, somebody that you don't know very well, that you think you have an idea of, right? Famous people, or, you know, like influencers, or, you know, politicians, or, you know, coworkers, any number of people are looking at them and saying, you know what, I think I have an understanding, but they know, right? So that person knows between them and God what it is that their motive is. They might be saying it in a loving way. They might be giving it out in an incomplete way. They might be looking at it and saying, man, this is all I know. But the person receiving it, because they have these, you know, different lenses on, like, well, I can't really understand or explain it, so they must be drunk on new wine. They must be drunk people. Oh, they must be, they're selfish, right? Oh, they're so selfish. That's probably why they're doing it. They just want to get, you know, rich, or they just want to have some kind of fame, or they want to be able to please somebody. And so we're putting all these judgments and blinders and different sort of things on, projecting, but really between them and God, it was something different. So I just want to encourage some people, because whenever you're going around, you see your kids, you see your, you know, friends, see your coworkers, your family, you're looking at people at church, and you're saying, man, that guy, that praise team leader, man, that pastor, man, that welcoming person, they you know, marginalized me, they crossed me, there was some microaggression there, I don't like that. And you're gonna pass them off as being, you know, angry or not a good person, but they may have been having a bad day. They may have been doing something, you know, something different that you can't see, right? So that's why whenever we go out, we need to be able to put on the love of Christ, the glasses that show, you know, that you're graceful, you're merciful, you're seeing them through the eyes of Christ, right? And we don't do that. And so instead of putting on these negative glasses, you know, through bitterness, through hate, through, you know, whatever it is that we might be going through from our own experience, we have to be putting on the positive things. And though we may not know everything, though we may not see it completely, you know, at least we'll do that from a loving, gracious, merciful point of view. And so again, be encouraged, guys. Take a step back whenever you're interacting with people. A lot of us, if we just come from a biblical and Christ-like perspective, I think a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of different things you're going through, it can be solved. It can be, at least it can be alleviated. The stress, the misunderstandings, the fights, the, you know, aggressions and microaggressions and all these different things that sort of mess up our relationship with other people, mess up our perspective, our judgment, perception, and different things of other people. Those can be solved, guys. I really believe it. And so again, guys, check what glasses you're putting on. Are you putting on glasses like me and it's appropriate, you know, for the weather? Or is it the wrong glasses? Is it the wrong glasses that you're putting on? And it just doesn't make sense. So God bless you guys. Be encouraged, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.